no Romelu Lukaku, no Erling Haaland, and no Jules Koundé at this moment in time. That is right, we're talking about Chelsea Football Club, and they have not had any big players arrive at the club of yet, and they have not had any of those big three names yet, or no number 9 enter the club, but there has really been no big departures. So Chelsea can't really get too upset with this transfer window, but it does look like Romelu Lukaku will be joining Chelsea Football Club in the coming days. But guys, we're going to start with our Chelsea preview of their season in 2021-2022 and talk about how they were last year. Last year, obviously, winning the Champions League, beating Manchester City 1-0 in that final, which nobody expected them to win. But they also had a very shaky Premier League season last year. Under Frank Lampard, it was up and down, quite a bit of it. Thomas Tuchel had some up and downs too when he came in, but mostly a lot of ups. This offseason, Thomas Tuchel is now being able to have that full offseason with a team, with his Chelsea team and his new Chelsea team, to really fully implement that system, have a full offseason, have a full preseason, to work with his system, fully implement it. Yes, he did have it implemented last year, but this gives him a full offseason of no games, just preseason, and have his players back rested and fully fit to learn his system a little bit more, fully get ready into the new season for a 21-22 Premier League season. And the thing that scares me the most as a Manchester United fan, or if you're a City or Liverpool or Leicester fan, you got to be scared of Thomas Tuchel stepping in and having a full summer to implement the system with that team, because he implemented halfway through his season last year where he ended up winning the Champions League. Now he has a full summer to implement the system and help this team maybe win a title, maybe somehow get top 4. They could be in anywhere, this Chelsea team, depending on if they get a number 9 into the club. But it'll be very interesting to see where Thomas Tuchel gets this team. As we know, Chelsea somehow seem to win the Premier League every couple of years. This might be that year. But I want to talk about the players they have departing and the players they have arriving before I move on to my predictions and where I think they will finish in my player of the year. I'm going to start off with departures because there's not many arrivals to talk about. Departing the club, they have gotten rid of a lot of dead wood from the club, and that is no criticize to these players. They're still good in their own right and still have a lot to give. Marco van Ginkel, who has been out on loan for about the last 86 years, is finally getting to leave the club. The Dutch midfielder goes to PSV. And for me, he's still a good baller. He still has many good years ahead of him. He's just been one of those lone FC players for Chelsea, and finally he gets to leave on a free transfer. They've also recouped £1 million for Olivier Giroud, who will be going to AC Milan. Olivier Giroud played in his first preseason game for AC Milan against OGC Nice, scoring a goal a couple minutes after being substituted on the pitch. That is a fantastic signing from AC Milan and a great departure for Chelsea to recoup some money for him, because he will not be featuring too much in this Chelsea side. And they've also got another lone FC player gone and finally gone, Victor Moses, the Nigerian international, who can play anywhere along that right-hand flank. And he has gone to Spartak Moscow, getting $5.5 million for the Nigerian winger. Is great business from Chelsea. I have to say, it is about time he is gone. He still has a lot to give, and he will be a great addition to Spartak Moscow. Two of the bigger ones I want to talk about here, guys. Billy Gilmour going on loan to Norwich City. Great move for Norwich. It's fantastic. I don't think there's going to be a purchase for Norwich at the end of the season. I would love to see Billy Gilmour leave Chelsea and get first team football permanently at a club where he knows he's going to be safe to stay there, to keep his place. I'd love to see him at Aston Villa. Aston Villa did some amazing business today. I'm going to do a separate video on them in a couple minutes, guys. But like I said, Billy Gilmour finally getting that loan move away that he needed, and he will be getting a lot of first team minutes at Norwich to try to keep Norwich up in the Premier League. And the big one of the summer so far for Chelsea, and that is Fikayo Tomori. He was obviously out on loan last year at AC Milan, and now he gets that permanent deal. It's around 30 million to 35 million with bonuses. Great deal for AC Milan. He played fantastically last year in the Serie A, but he finally gets that move away from Chelsea. Obviously, he wasn't going to be starting this back line. For me, it's a big blow to Chelsea. He's obviously a young talent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, repping the Canadian jersey. Hopefully, he will come back and join Canada one day very soon. But he's a great signing for AC Milan, and Chelsea obviously get a great portion of money for him. The only arrival so far from Chelsea is I want to talk about it quickly because a lot of Chelsea fans might be confused why they did sign him. Marcus Bettinelli. I think this is a great piece of business from Chelsea. I think you need one of those experienced English goalkeepers to be your third string or your second string. I found it interesting that Fabrizio Romano tweeted he's going to be the second string goalie or goalkeeper because you still have the likes of Kepa and Edouard Mendy at the club. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are coming out saying, well, Edouard Mendy is going off to AFCON Cup in January and February to try to win for Senegal, obviously. So then you need a backup for Kepa. For me, you could have easily just brought a goalie from the academy, but they wanted a trusting goalie in a experienced head in Bettinelli in case an injury happens to Kepa, just to keep some pressure on Kepa. But Kepa played fantastically under Tuchel when Tuchel stepped in, so I think Kepa is fine. But I'd love to see Bettinelli be the number 2, and then you let Mendy and Kepa, one of them, obviously going to be Mendy, I think, because Tuchel likes him. Personally, I thought Kepa was unbelievable when he stepped in under Thomas Tuchel. But for me, I think you need to get rid of one of Mendy or Kepa. They're eating up a lot of wages. You don't need 2 high-end goalkeepers at a club. I'm saying that as a Manchester United fan because I know we got to do the same thing. But I think Bettinelli is strong enough to be number 2, just like Tom Heaton is for Man United. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Bettinelli and the goalkeeping issue at Chelsea Football Club. But Chelsea is a very strong team. I'm going to give you guys my prediction for where I think Chelsea will finish next year. Even if they get Romelu Lukaku, even if they get Jules Koundé, or even if they get a new number 9. Looks like they're going to get Romelu Lukaku. Looks like they'll get Jules Koundé. 2 great pieces of business. For me, it doesn't change where they finish in the league. I still have them coming 3rd, behind both Manchester clubs. The reason I have them 3rd is because even if they sign Romelu Lukaku, I don't think he wins them the league. I think if you go sign a Harry Kane like City are doing, he hands down wins you the league. If you go sign Romelu Lukaku, I don't think Lukaku wins you the league. Coming from a Manchester United fan, we saw him score lots of goals. Yes, he did score lots of goals. He produced in lots of games. But Chelsea fans are going to find out once again that Lukaku doesn't turn up in big games. He didn't do it in the Euros for me. He didn't do it for Inter Milan for me. And he never did it at United. He'll score all those goals you need him to against those little teams. But he isn't dependable at all against the big teams when it matters. When Chelsea are in the big games, when they need him the most, against your Cities, your Uniteds, your Leicesters, your Arsenals even, your Liverpools, you're going to need him to show up. And that's not where Lukaku shows up. He feeds off those lowered clubs. So I think Chelsea are going to come in 3rd place for me, guys. And for me, their player of the year, it's between 2 guys. My friend who's a Chelsea fan predicts Jorginho. It's close. I'm going to give it to a German. And no, it's not Timo Werner. I'm giving it to Kai Havertz. I think it's going to be between Havertz, Jorginho, or Mason Mount. It's one of Mason Mount and Kai Havertz for me. I give it to both, but I think actually I'm going to change it. I think it's going to be Mason Mount, guys. I love the guy. I think I have a soft spot for Mason Mount. The way he plays the game, it's beautiful. The balls he puts through, the goals he finishes from free kicks, he's outstanding. I just think Mason Mount is a fantastic player, and he is going to have an extraordinary year and be Chelsea's player of the year this year. For breakout player and young player of the year, I'm going to give it to Kai Havertz. Like I said, I wasn't sure if he was going to be a player of the year. It's either him or Mason Mount. But guys, I think those are my predictions for this year. Chelsea's player of the year will be Mason Mount, and they'll finish 3rd in the Premier League in the 2021-2022 Premier League season, which is just about to get underway in under 2 weeks. But guys, I will get out a couple more Premier League transfers, some more transfer videos to come this evening, and some more videos coming out for you tomorrow for some more Premier League previews. Lots of more content coming out for you guys. I'm going to keep pounding out that content because I know you guys love it. I'll do the best I can for you guys to bring out the best quality and best content for you guys possible. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day and having a fantastic rest of your day. I'll be back for some more content extremely soon. But guys, for now, have a good one and peace until the next video. See you guys.